The year is 2023. We're at Oak Hill Country Club, the PGA Championship. Michael Block comes onto the scene. It's our first national impression of him finishing T15, respectable, one of the highest finishes for a PGA teaching professional in years, and put on a show, honestly, with some spectacular shots, a hole in one, a chip on 18 over a bunker to save par. Magical. Goes into the next week with a sponsor's invite at the Colonial, now the Charles Schwab Challenge, and finishes dead last. Misses the cut after an exciting week. And over the last couple of years, we've seen Michael Block gain endorsements, get a lot of exposure, increase his profile as a PGA teaching professional, and he's gotten some starts out here on the PGA Tour. Kind of all the same results in terms of finishes and not making cuts, but getting the experience in and getting to live out his 15 minutes of fame. Back when the original surge of popularity happened for Blockie, we covered it. There were some strange statements coming out from his side, and in regards to his play, his ability, and how he could be successful if he had the talent of name a player. I think Rory McIlroy was that player at the time, and he said if he had the driving distance of Rory, he'd be a top tier player. Well, of course, a lot of us would be if that was the case, if we had that talent in the bag. So at the time, we covered it and, mixed feelings depending on where you stand. But here we are 2 years later, and coming out of this week's most recent PGA Championship, another controversial, set of statements from Michael Block. I have a video that I'm going to play that is apparently from his son talking about those comments and how they were misconstrued. I took his son's advice and went and found the original article from golf.com, which is where I also saw the post on Instagram originally regarding the statements. And while his son, characterizes the statements as being twisted, as I read them and as he's quoted, I still found them to be ridiculous. I'm going to play his son's video, and then I'm also going to play our comments and discussion from the Bearder Bros Golf Show from yesterday, discussing these most recent inflammatory comments, at least from our perception. Feel free to comment down below how you feel about it. Again, I'm also going to link the article so you can go check out the quote for yourself to see that nothing was taken out of context. But here we're going to see what I perceive as his son trying to clean up what we know we saw and read.
So I'm going to address something from the PGA Championship that kind of happened with my dad that's been kind of, for some reason, getting a lot of hate on because it's a very false statement. Now, when my dad said, for some reason, everyone likes to read the false information, but what you guys know is that my dad said that if he had bigger crowds and more people watched him, then he would play better. That's what you guys probably read. That is not true. What actually happened was, you can read it on, I believe it's on golf.com's magazine or whatnot. What actually happened, he ended his round the second day. Obviously, he didn't play well. We all know this. It's a long golf course for him. It was wet out. Ball wasn't rolling. He needs the roll. He's not the longest hitter in the world, so he needs that. And so on this particular hole, I forget what hole it was, there was a larger crowd, and he hit a great shot in front of them. And he kind of bowed to them and whatnot, just kind of saying, like, here's my respect to you guys, whatever. Because he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met, and let alone be my father. And anybody that knows him will say the same exact thing. And that my dad was getting an interview after the round. He said that there's a usually large crowd on that hole, and he happened to hit a better shot because he likes the crowd, whatever. You guys can go read the actual statement or quote he said on golf.com. And this reporter wanted some clicks or views, or I don't know what he wanted, but he twisted his words in a more disgusting way. And I believe his words that came out of my dad's mouth were that if my dad had bigger crowds, he would have played better. That's a lot different statement. That's a way bigger statement, right? Now, whoever that guy is, whatever, this is not about him right now. This is about the actual truth and what actually happened. So for all the hate hate's hate, you're going to get hate no matter what you do in life. If you're the best in the world at something, you're going to get hate, right? Even Scotty has haters. But and he's one of the nicest guys ever. So that's just how it is. But yeah, that's the I just wanted to address the actual truth of what happened and just let you guys know. So peace.
Judge for yourself. Read the comments. They are quoted, so I'm going to take the journalist at his word that if they're in quotations, that's what Michael Block said. I'm sure if this blows up beyond kind of just the normal back and forth for the week, that if the journalist had to find their recording or produce those quotes, I'm have some faith that he probably could do so. So take it for what you will. Read the information again. Link down below of the original article. DJ Blockie can always catch some strays with us. So last year, no. I want to say
Two
we had
years
a
now.
video that it's been a couple years. So the PJ Championship, Michael Block got quite a few invites after his showing at the PGA Championship. T15, spectacular weekend. I mean, the guy was on fire, but there were already some signs that, like, dude, I think I titled the video, Michael Block has flown too close to the sun. He's still
Yeah.
doing that, man. He's such, as my daughter and her friends would say, he's such a tryhard. He is such a tryhard. The funny part is I wish there was a huge crowd on every hole because that's when I hit my shots. I really do. I always do. It's the weirdest thing. When there's no one around is when I hit my worst shots. That's something that I need more in my life is a bigger crowd. I just need to play a little bit better so it could happen. I could only imagine what would have happened if I would have been playing really good this week. Okay, I can imagine the same thing. Every time I go play around that I don't play my best, I can only imagine had I not three putted twice in my round or duffed that wedge. Like this is. Stop putting the mic in front of this man. Stop. Keep the microphones away from this man. He has lost the plot. It is so
Yeah.
ridiculous. This quote is beyond. I don't know. Like, and he
It's
doesn't say it ironically. That's the thing. This is a serious quote.
right. So my synopsis is it's just unfortunate that what happened, to be honest. Like if he would have lived his life and made a few cuts at the PP, at the professional playing championship, qualified in the top 20, made the PGA, made the cut, made him a few extra dollars, but hit that plus two, plus three, that T40, T50 number. We don't hear about this, bro. We don't hear about this. Michael Blockley lives on his life, gets a few more lessons, gets a few more, sponsor dollars because he did that.
Yeah.
Bro hit that top 10 2 years ago. He went to the what are we calling it now this year? The Dean. It was for 1 year. It was like the Dean and DeLuca or something, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh
It's in
yeah.
Fort Worth.
Oh yeah. The Colonial. This is the Colonial.
Thank you, the Colonial. Okay, so it's the Charles Schwab Challenge. No, my apologies.
Yeah.
So he got the sponsors exemption last year or 2 years
No, it was
ago.
the
Two
same
years
year.
ago.
It was the same year. Yeah.
2023. Bro finished dead ass last, no cut made, shot over par, like 10 shots over par both
It
days.
it was bad. Yeah.
With crowds. Listen, with crowds. The people
At
were
the
out
height
there
of
to
his
see him
popularity. Yeah.
at the height of his popularity. Ain't nobody diminishing what Michael Blockie did. Bro hit a hole in one on a PGA major championship.
I mean, he hit incredible shots that week. You think
He
about that up
did.
and down on 18.
He
I
did.
mean,
That flop shot was insane. And then
yeah,
drain
I
the
mean,
putt.
he caught magic in a bottle. But is that his
Right.
game every week? And I think we even saw some ridiculous quotes that year. And when he said something like, if I had Rory's driver or the length of these guys out here, I would be a different player. Of course. Of
Oh
course.
no,
If
no, don't even bring that up because I remember that and I almost blew a gasket while we filmed, bro. I was so irate that he said that shit. Like, bro,
so
you not practicing the shit you practice if you had Rory's distance.
right.
It, uh,
It's a different game. Okay, you're covering up your mic. You're messing up your sound. So
oh
yeah,
man.
I get it. You're running hot. It's horrible. I just wish that man would find some humbleness. And the last note, when I saw this screenshot, as we are the bearded bros, I'm gonna say that he should give up the beard and go with just a straight goatee. He doesn't have enough chin for the full beard.
Yeah, the chin strap is not his look. The neck beard is not a good look on anybody. I don't care who you are. Like, I mean, just look at Tom McKibben. He tried to do it, and it's just despicable. And now
Right.
he's got the no chin goatee looking, and it's still pretty despicable. So
So
listen, know your face.
goatee, go yeah, goatee would be do him just fine. He's got enough density right there to make it work and look good. So that's my last note
Yeah,
from the Bearded Bros Golf
Yeah.
Show.
You get a lot of stuff out of this channel, y'all. A little business knowledge, a little technical golf knowledge, a little BS in here and there. You're in a well-rounded environment. So uh
absolutely.
hit that subscribe button, hit that membership button. We got you covered on all things golf.